here as much as I should have live with you guys, but I'm glad to get back on track with everything. We're going to start doing Tuesday and Thursdays at 10 a.m. when I bring you live parenting tips and answer some of the questions that you need answered. First off, I want to let you know that if you have something that you would like me to address on these live videos, put it in the comments of the Pumped Up Parenting group on Facebook or private message me. I'm happy to address what's challenging you with your parenting journey. So send me a message, put a comment in, and then I'll talk about it. And we can talk about it, okay? So if you're hopping on with me live, please say who you are so I can say hello. And let me make sure I can see some comments in here. Excuse me, because sometimes I don't always see these comments. So I want to make sure I see them. Okay. And also share this out if you have friends who would like a little help with getting kids to do more chores. If you're on YouTube, on the Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler page, give me a thumbs up. Share this out, and any comments, put them in there. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to have more parenting tips, check out the YouTube videos because I have a lot of parenting tips on there for kids of all ages. So go to Pumped Up Parenting Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler on YouTube. Also, my podcast, Pumped Up Parenting. You'll get a lot of great advice. All right. So let's get started talking about chores and your kids. But first, let me tell you who I am. I'm Celia Kibler, family empowerment coach and the founder of Pumped Up Parenting and FunFit Family Fitness. I'm a mommy of 5, 2 I gave birth to, 3 I gained through marriage, and I've been successfully parenting a blended marriage now for over 25 years. I have 9 amazing grandchildren, and I have over 40 years of coaching, teaching, and working with moms and kids and dads and kids for, that with that experience I can bring to you. So that was kind of a funny sentence. So don't hold it against me. All right. So let's talk about these chores. Let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. If you're on the replay, guys, give me a hashtag after party. And like I say, please feel free to ask questions in the comments, anything you'd like to tell me, especially your name. Okay, so I'm going to give you 8 tips and reasons why your kids need to do chores and how you can get them to do them in a fun way. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of chores. Why is it good for kids to do chores? Number one, it lets them know that they are part of the bigger picture. The world doesn't just revolve around them. They are part of this team called your family. And in a family, everybody needs to, contribute and do chores. Hi, Opie. How are you? Thanks for joining. Much love back to you. Everybody needs to do chores. Keeping the house tidy and organized, keeping your bedroom straight is the responsibility of you and everyone else in the family. Mom should not be the only ones responsible to do everything in the house. It's not fair to you, mom or dad. And you're really doing a disservice to your children thinking that they can just be part of this and everything gets organized and cleaned up without any help from them. You need to give your kids responsibilities. It's good for them. It's good for them to have a work ethic. It's good for them to know that they're needed and wanted. And it teaches cooperation. It builds self-esteem, self-confidence, all that stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Okay. So if your kids do chores in your house, I would love you to put a number 1 in the comments. I want to see how many of you have kids that are actively doing chores. If you're struggling with getting your kids to do chores, give me a number 2 because that's what I want to come on here to help you with, to get them to contribute more often without the arguments. My morning smoothie, doesn't it look lovely? Green and gross. I know, but it's delicious. I love it. Okay. Now, the important thing with children of getting them to do stuff is making it fun. Whenever you can make something more fun for your kids, do it because it will help them contribute. It will help them do more things. Put on music, play music in the background, and it makes everybody feel a little better and have a little more energy. If you're not in Pumped Up Parenting in the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, go to the files section, and specifically for chores, go to the dice game, okay? I'm going to explain that to you because this is a fun way. Hi, Loretta. How are you? Hi, Kayla. The dice game involves a dice, and you can buy, a novelty dice at like the dollar store. You can use one from a game. Excuse me. So the dice game is all about your kids rolling the die, and whatever number it comes on, they may have to vacuum, they may have to dust, they may have to, take the trash out, whatever it is. If you go in the file section, find the dice game. I have labeled 1 through 5 with jobs. You're welcome to change them. Maybe you have a pet and they need to feed the dog or something. Number 6 is a free day. And I'll tell you a funny story about this. So my grandkids lived with me for 2 years. First time we played the dice game, which was like the first week they lived with me, my older grandson rolled a 6. So he got a free day. He didn't have to do any chores. And at that time, my younger grandson, Mason, was 4 years old. So he got a 1. He was very disappointed. He didn't get a 6. So he did the job for the number 1, but then he wanted to roll again. He kept rolling. Do you know that child hit every number on this dice until the very last number when he hit the 6? He wears the 6. He was so excited to have a free day. But in the meantime, he did all the chores related to the other numbers on the die. Now, obviously, he did them like to a 4-year-old's ability, which was fine with me. I had my whole house vacuumed, dusted. It was awesome. What age do you... That is a very good question and an important question. So, you see, I did that with my 4-year-old. As soon as your kids are walking and are able to hold a rag, they can start doing chores. If your child can stand at a table and you can spray a little stuff on that table and they can wipe it off with a rag, they can do chores. Now, clearly, guys, do not expect these chores to be done to the ability of you. They're not adults. They don't have the brains of adults. They don't have the skills and abilities of adults. So don't expect them to do it like an adult would do it. It's impossible. But compliment the effort they put in. Let them know how happy you are that they contributed and they helped out and they did a job. And don't go back. Like if they're wiping off a table and it's dusty in the corners, which it'll be because they'll wipe like a circle in the middle. Don't go back and say, oh, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this. You could do it kindly and you could say, oh, honey, I'll help you. Let's do this table together. And they may say, no, I want to do it by themselves. Then let them. What's the worst that happens? When they go to sleep, you go back and you clean the corners. Let them. If they want to do it by themselves, let them do it by themselves. They will get better and better. Now, so don't criticize, don't judge, because if you do that, they will stop doing chores. You are so welcome. Also, guys, if they ask you to help, if they say, hey, mom, hey, dad, can I help you with dinner? Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Don't say no. Don't be like, no, go play. I got this. Because if you keep saying no to them when they offer to help, when you want them to help, they won't help because you've turned them down all the times they've offered. So let them help. Even a 2-year-old can pour an ingredient into a bowl. They can help mix with a spoon while you hold the bowl. There's always something a child can do. Let them help. please. You will boost their self-esteem, boost their confidence. They will feel like you trust them and respect them because you're letting them do stuff. There's nothing more rewarding to someone to know that their parent believes in them and lets them do things. So let them help, okay? All right, guys. Now, so make it fun. The dice game is there. The sock game might be in there. So the sock game is like Go Fish. When you have all those socks that have no matches, you know, we all have them. Make a pile. Everybody picks up like 5 socks and you hold up a sock and go, does anybody have this? And if you do, you get a match. And if you don't, you pick from the pile. So it's super fun way to get your socks put together. All right. Make sure the chores are age appropriate. Don't say to a child that's 3, okay, you need to organize this area. First of all, no 3-year-old has a clue what organize means. Most adults can't organize stuff. So do not tell a child who has no clue what the word organize means to organize something. If you want books put on the shelf, then say, honey, can you please put these books on the shelf? Be specific in your directions. Can you take these clothes that are on the floor and put them in the laundry? Do not walk in and say, clean this room up. It means nothing to a child. Now, as they get older, it will mean things to them. But if you're looking at your 3-year-old and getting mad because you told them to clean up their room and they didn't clean it up, they are overwhelmed and they have no clue what you mean by clean it up. Clean what up? They're very literal. So if you want them to clean up the toy room, say, can you put your cars in this bucket? Can you put these blocks in this bucket? Be specific. And then when they're done, then you go, woohoo, you cleaned up the room. And eventually, with these step-by-step instructions, they will understand the more general instructions. Okay. As I said before, praise the effort, not the result. We don't care about the result. We care that they did their best and they tried. Okay. So make sure you know that they know that you're grateful for them doing that. All right. Now, here's where allowance comes in. And I'm just going to touch on this briefly. Do not pay for general household chores. That is part of being a family. That is a responsibility of everyone in the family. Do not tie it to an allowance. An allowance is specifically for, teaching your children money management, specific. And guys, I'm going to talk about this, money and kids. I'm part of the Smart and Frugal Moms Conference that will be taking place in February, the first week of February. If you want an invitation to that, there's going to be a lot of people talking about money, your kids and money. It's going to be a great conference. If you want a free invitation to that, I don't know if it's free. It might be $10. I'm not sure. I have to check. But if you want an invitation, put #conference in this stream and I'll get you a personal invitation to that conference. But I'll be talking about kids and money a lot. Okay. Now, everyone pitches in. So allowance is to teach money management, not to tie to their everyday chores. You can, however, give them jobs that they can do above and beyond their everyday chores that they can earn more money for if they're trying to reach a goal or they want to earn more money, or say they're teenagers and teenagers always want more money. Okay. You have to be a role model. You have to be the example of cleaning and organizing. If you throw all your stuff around, if you're a slob or you're married to a slob, or there's someone in your family that's a slob, they can very well mimic the slob look because that's the example being set for them. So if you want to be an example of making your bed every morning, make your bed every morning. If you want them to clean up their room, clean your room up. You have to be the role model. Your actions talk much louder than your words. Okay. And last but not least, I want you to recognize the interests of your child. So let me give you an example of what I mean. My husband and I, we celebrate our 25th anniversary this year. I am not a fan of doing laundry. I'm really not a fan of folding laundry. He is not a fan of doing dishes. So we have an agreement. I do the dishes. He does the laundry. It works great. He always does the laundry. I always do the dishes. There's no discussion. There's no nothing. That's what I do. I do dishes. He does laundry. Works out great. Same with your kids. If you're like, oh, would you clean the kitchen floor? And they're like, ugh, kids. And they're always grumbling. But yet you notice that they love to dust. Take that into account. Say, well, how about I'll do the kitchen floor and you do the dusting because it seems like you like to do that. Great. We all have interests. We all have things that we don't like. Doesn't mean that sometimes you can't do what you don't like. I mean, sometimes the bathroom needs to be cleaned and not many people want to clean the bathroom. So maybe you do it as a team, but sometimes you can work with that. If they don't like doing the dishes, but they like mopping the floor, well, let them mop the floor and you do the dishes. Recognize what they like to do and what they don't necessarily like to do and work with that. I have a 10-year-old child that doesn't want to listen, so we argue a lot, and I have to get mad at the child and yell to get her to do anything. How can I fix this? Well, funny you should bring that up, Misty. And hello, Misty, and hello, Raji. I'm actually, on Thursday, starting the Peaceful Parenting Challenge. I do this often throughout the year. It's a 5-day free challenge to teach you how to stop yelling because the reason that happens is what you're doing, Misty, the way you're communicating to each other. So if you're interested in taking the Peaceful Parenting Challenge, I'd love to have you put, #challenge in the comment and I'll send you the link to sign up. It's 5 days, starts on Thursday. It is completely free. There's no cost to it. And it will teach you how to stop yelling at your child. However, just for now, it's a lot of the way you're asking him and a lot of the way you're communicating together. So by 10, you've put a lot of things in place already. So it's not just going to be like, stop doing this and this will change. You have to change a lot of the ways you communicate. And that starts with sitting down and talking about it. What are you arguing about a lot? What is one issue that really gets between you? And if it's doing chores, then sit down and talk to, I don't know if it's a him or her, talk to them and say, look, we all have to do chores. I'm not a big fan. Honestly, I can't stand doing this, whatever chore that is, fill in the blank. So I need your help. Because there are not enough hours in the day and we're all part of this family and I need you to help. So let me ask you, what do you think would help you to help me get everybody on board here and doing their part to make this house clean and tidy? Ask them to help you. Ask them to figure out what they can do to get on board with doing the chores. Always ask your kids to figure out a solution. And then if it's a good solution, put it into play. Another way of building that trust and respect between you and your child. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to end it here because I'm actually on a podcast at 10:30. So I have to hop off and do that podcast recording. But will the class be in the afternoon because I work in the mornings? You know what, Misty? I actually don't know. For you, I'm assuming you mean for the conference or you may mean for the challenge. So actually the broadcast is the training for each day is at 2:00, but it stays in the group. So it's not like if you miss it, you miss it. You can watch it on the replay. Okay. But each training is 2:00 Eastern time in the afternoon. So, but like I say, it's always there. So if you want to be part of the challenge, give me a #challenge. So I can send you how to sign up. All right, guys. So I've got to run. I appreciate you joining me so much. If you found value in this, Share it out to your friends, please, and let them get some help on getting kids on board to doing chores. Pick up the dice game in the file section of Pumped Up Parenting. And take action, guys. My specialty is giving you tips that you can take action on. So take action on these tips. Pick something out that resounded with you and put it into play today. And also, guys, if you want more help, raising happy toddlers, how to build great parenting skills and stop yelling at your kids is available on Amazon. So grab it. And you'll see in the comments and the reviews about this book, there are a lot of people that use this book for teenagers. Certain things won't relate, but about 90% of this book relates to any age. All right, guys. For those of you that put a conference link in there, I will reach out and give you the conference link. For those of you that want to join the Stop Yelling Challenge on Facebook, the 5-day free challenge, put challenge in there, and I will send you the link to join that as well. A lot going on. I'm so grateful for you guys being here and spending this time with me. I will be live Tuesday and Thursdays at 10 a.m. in this group. And for those of you that are on Clubhouse, at 10 a.m. on Saturdays, I do the parent chat. So come on board if you're on Clubhouse, or if you'd like a Clubhouse invitation, I think I have a few that you can get. You can only use iPhone right now with Clubhouse. All right. Make it a beautiful day. I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. And I'll see you here next time in Pumped Up Parenting and around the web. Bye, everyone.